Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm just gonna explain some shit real quick. So, I am gonna be chatting with the wonderful Jamie Darke. We tried to make it so you guys could see both of us, but it was a pain in the ass, and we're just like, fuck it, let's go. So I have a picture of
Fucking
her.
bullshit.
Yeah, and I have a
Nothing
link
works
to
like it's supposed
her.
to, god damn it.
No,
Hell
it
yeah.
doesn't. I have a link to her channel in my description. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Hells yeah.
Are you
Subscribe to me, yo. Also to
Yes.
Chelsea. I mean, most of the people already subscribed to me are subscribed to you, but if
But
you're
if you're
not,
not,
go
fix
do it.
it. Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna be really pissed at y'all. Like, really salty. Jamie is alive. You know, you guys get too like I don't know why you guys don't expect me to be late. I'm always late. Like,
Yeah,
when do I
she was telling me like it's okay. I'm always 15 minutes late.
Yeah, I always start my streams 15 minutes after I say I'm going to. And hey, this stream actually started 2 minutes before 15 minutes after I said. So I'm 2 minutes early technically.
There you go.
So I don't know what y'all are complaining about. Hells yeah.
Everyone just likes to complain. Hey everybody, thanks for coming.
They really do. Fucking complainers. That's why I ignore my YouTube chat mostly. I'm just like, fucking whining ass complainers.
You
Keep
usually
bitching.
don't even read the chat.
Well, I do. It depends on what kind of stream I'm doing. If they're whining, I ignore them.
Yeah.
I tell them, look, if you guys fucking hate this shit so much, go watch something else.
Right.
Yeah?
I don't get that.
Go watch something else. Actually, no, don't watch something else. Stay here. Stay here forever. You guys love this. You know you do. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be asking Chelsea some questions that I have. But yeah, this isn't like a super like rigid interview or something, but I do have some fucking like questions that I would like to ask. I'm actually working on like a series of questions for like my future guests and shit. And yeah, Chelsea gets to be the guinea pig.
Yay.
Yes. That's but yeah, if we end up chatting about other shit, that doesn't really matter.
Okay.
We have some interesting conversations. Anyway.
Yes, we always
Just
do.
fuck planning shit, dude. In fact, you know what? All these questions, they can just go out the window. Let's just talk about randomness.
I was excited.
No, so yeah, I guess my first question, and I'm gonna ask this to everyone. So I guess how long have you been on YouTube? I guess like not just making content, but like in general.
Oh, like how long have I even used YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh shit, from like its inception. I
Damn,
guess. I mean, I don't know, like YouTube was different when it first started. Like there was just so I was like in middle school when it first started, so people would just be like, "Hey, come watch this like stupid video with me." And it would be like salad fingers or something. Like that was the beginning of YouTube for me. So I didn't really start. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I didn't really start like getting into YouTube for like philosophy or like commentary really until I was like 17. And then I found TJ and Dusty Smith, the Bible Reloaded, and all people like that. So I guess I used to watch Matt Dillahunty and the Young Turks too, but I stopped.
I like some Matt Dillahunty, even though I have some issues with him. I don't know if you saw, but I made a stream I did a stream a while back commenting on a fucking Twitch stream that Matt Dillahunty did, like railing on TJ for no reason. I was just like,
I don't know
dude,
what the fuck that was about. That was
yeah,
weird.
he had all these like really uncharitable interpretations of TJ. And look, I still enjoy Matt Dillahunty. I don't really watch him much anymore.
Yeah.
I still respect him for the things that he's clearly intelligent on, but like
I agree.
that his take on TJ is really unnuanced, and I pointed out the fact that like the shit that he says about TJ doesn't even fucking meet his standard of evidence for his own, like when he fucking holds Christian's feet to the fire, yo.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
He just like Googled TJ Kirk is a piece of shit and was like, okay, see, this proves my point. Okay.
Yeah,
But
I don't get it. I know that he was just mad because like TJ is like anti-feminism or something. I don't know.
he's not even anti-feminism anymore, is he?
No,
Seems pretty pro-feminist, at least like the reasonable feminists. That there's always like
yeah.
the rad fems and the turfs and whatever.
I don't
I don't like
think
those
that
people either.
TJ was like ever completely like anti-feminist. He was just anti like woke
Yeah.
scold feminism, or just, you know, in general. That it wasn't called woke scolding back then, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
Still, like Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
She's like the queen of woke scold.
See, I'm kind of at the point where I legitimately do identify as a feminist, and I understand that the label has been tainted, but
Yeah.
I don't really care. Like I don't go around with wearing the label on my forehead, but if someone asks me, "Are you a feminist?" I'm like, "Yeah." Do you want to know what that means, or you're gonna just like make an assumption about that though?
Right.
Because like a lot of people do that. You know, I obviously don't believe in this like I don't believe in like telling people what they can and can't say. I don't believe in like removing certain depictions from media, but I also believe we need to have conversations about certain depictions in media, you know? Like just because I'm not saying we need to remove certain things, but maybe we do need to talk about the context of certain things that are clearly like I don't like to use the term objectifying women, but there is shit that does just grossly objectify women and like young women. Like there's a whole thing where like I mean I don't mean to go too down deep a rabbit hole, but like I just notice a lot of things that like um fuck, where was I going? God damn it. I can't train of thought. Okay.
I'd like.
Um
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just think there's a lot of like depictions that kind of make I don't even think it's about like what women see. I think it's about what guys expect of women, and like guys that are looking for this like perfect little tradcon bitch to like take care of themselves, take care of them, and like cook and clean and suck their dicks and like
What's TradCon?
a traditional conservative.
Oh, I guess I could have figured that out.
Yeah.
um,
So I think that has like a big like impact on shit. But like I won't go too deep into that. I think there's some conversations to be had, but I definitely think some people take it too far.
so as far as where I stand on like feminism and stuff, I do not call myself a feminist, even now, but it's because it's too like exclusionary, in my opinion, because
Right.
I just consider myself a humanist, and I know that term has its own set of, you know,
Right.
connotation, but I just think like everyone
That
should be treated equal. Like
well, see,
there's, I don't know.
that's the thing though. Every label has negative connotations,
Yeah.
and I realized this when I was like having an argument with my buddy Animancer, and God bless him, okay, but like he gets a little too like anti labels, and he won't even admit to certain things that he falls under. I'm okay. He's like, no, I don't like labels, and I'm just like, he's like, this label has a negative connotation, or that label, like people view it this way. I'm like, okay, I get it, but like I started to realize kind of like literally any label, you could have the most positive label you want, and to you it could mean the most positive, virtuous, whatever thing. But to someone else, it could be like, oh my God, that is horrible and disgusting. You
Like
know?
socialism.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a really bad word to people, like, and it doesn't even make sense if you really think about like the word itself. It's literally just like the best for everybody, like as
Yeah.
much as you can, like just doing what is the best for people as a whole if you can. And
Yeah.
they've turned it into like it meaning like communism and like like state controlled everything. And I just don't think that it means that. But I feel the same way about humanism, like being a humanist rather than a feminist or a, I don't know, what's the guy version of that.
I don't know what the
A
MGTOWs
meninist.
the MRA. There's MRAs, right? The
Yeah,
men's rights activists.
those kind of people. Like I'm not on either of those sides. I think that sometimes men are given a shitty lot and sometimes women are given a shitty lot, and then definitely everything in between is given a shitty lot. So like I don't know. I'm just on the side of humans, and I know that feminism says that it encompasses everybody, but I just feel like the word itself is exclusionary, and that's why I don't really ascribe to it.
I get that, but that's why I'm kind of like at the place where I'm like, okay, I'm going to use whatever language I want, whatever language I feel most accurately describes my position. And if someone else doesn't agree with that language, that's up to them. If someone has a different definition of that, that's up to them. I'm more interested in nuanced. If you're too rigid to look at me and just assume my positions and not ask questions or whatever, that's not my fault. Okay, I make it very clear what I believe and what I stand for, and if someone wants to take me out of context, that's on them.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I need to make myself louder. What? Am I too quiet? Okay, sorry.
Excuse me.
But yeah. Anyway, that's we see we go off on tangents. That's
I know.
what happened here. Okay, so when did you start your channel? I guess making content.
Yeah, that was maybe 3 years ago. Well, I guess I've had my channel for a while.
Right.
And
that's kind of why I asked how long you've been on YouTube, because I realized you probably had this channel longer than you've used it.
I actually had a different YouTube channel. I almost forgot about this. When I was like 18, 19, and I have, I think, just one single video on there that I made myself, and then the other 2 videos were like reposts of like different people covering the Pledge of Allegiance story, like with me. You know about that, right?
Yeah, that whole debacle.
Yeah, like when I didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance when I was in high school. So I posted those on that channel, but then I made a video kind of explaining my side of it more, because I felt like the news channel, like they interviewed me for like almost an hour, and the whole story on the news was like 2 minutes. So I felt like they took like the stupidest shit that I said and put it on there. Like out of the whole interview.
Tend to do that.
I was like they got me saying like, I just feel like it doesn't respect me. I was like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, why did they use that? It's because I feel like they wanted me to look stupid. But
fuck the media.
Yeah, I know. They suck. And that was super eye-opening though, because I realized like even like, pretty thorough news organizations still like spin your shit, and they're only going to use like maybe 30 seconds of what you're actually saying. So choose your words wisely. And I was 19. Like I didn't fucking know, all that. I don't know. And I didn't expect the story to get as big as it did either.
I mean, if I ever got on television at that age, I probably would have said some dumb shit too. Actually, interesting story. I don't know. Did you watch my last patron stream?
No, not the very last one.
Yeah, so I told a story on it because I looked at a bunch of my old content, my old cringe ass fucking content.
Oh man.
And I found I'm actually about to release a video that's a clip from that's actually pretty good, where I go over a really dumb transphobic joke that I made in the past. But another dumb joke that I made in the past was it was this Vine. You remember when Vine was a thing?
Yes.
So
TikTok.
Right. I had this series called Drunk Confessions I know, very unoriginal. Where I would like, you know, take a drink and then be like, I like admit something embarrassing or dumb. I just say some random shit. And I one of my vines, one of them, and it was like the dumbest one. It was literally just me. I go hashtag drunk confessions. I take a drink, and then I look at the camera all serious, and I go, I have a tiny dick. Okay. So
Okay.
picture that vine. Okay. And then now randomly, okay, picture some fucking executive in fucking LA on fucking MTV, not executive, some like a talent scout or whatever, sees that and goes, oh, this would be fucking perfect for our stupid fucking Tosh.0 ripoff. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of a show called Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like constantly plays on MTV.
Yeah. So they this chick messages me and is like, "Yeah, we want to use your video on this show. It's really fucking
the tiny penis one."
Yeah, I'm like, why? I'm like, I don't even have a tiny penis. That was a joke.
I know.
Like,
I mean, I don't know, but from what Chess says, I know.
Right. But like, I was just sitting there thinking, trying to weigh the options. Like, okay, if I let them air this, then that's gonna be the one thing that everyone sees of me. Like, that's gonna be my one appearance on television is me drinking and saying I have a tiny dick.
Oh no.
Honestly, by the way, I gave them permission to air it.
Yeah.
I still don't know that to this day if they ever did. I couldn't find the episode.
I'd be surprised, honestly, because they're not like kid friendly, but they're not like, I don't know. I'd be surprised if they let somebody say penis on their show.
Well, I said dick, but like, yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I saw some, like, I watched that show a little bit around that time because I thought, oh, okay, I might be on this show, so I might as well watch it. And like, yeah, it definitely wasn't kid friendly. I could have, I remember thinking at the time, I could picture my video like being in that kind of show, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck they would say about it.
Right.
I don't know how they would make it funny.
I know, because it's so direct, like, and nothing is necessarily happening. It's just you, like, making a statement.
Right. I mean, I feel like
it sounds like your video was funny already.
I mean, I had other shit that would have been funny that they could have like responded to. I was like, why would they pick that? But like, okay, so.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised. That show is like pretty stupid.
Yeah. But so that either was my my debut on television, or it could have been. I still don't know to this day. If someone is a fan of that show or has access to like every episode of that show, because that was another thing, I couldn't find like episodes that were new. So like, if anyone has access to that show and wants to fucking find the clip and show me, good luck. Okay. Otherwise, I don't really care. But yeah. So yeah, we can all fucking embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially when we're young.
Definitely when we're young.
Anyway, I guess this is a kind of well, okay, where would you say you lean politically?
Like how would you left or right? Would you
I guess how would you? Yeah, that's a bad. That's too much of a dichotomy. How would you describe yourself politically? There you go.
I guess, I've never really thought about like my label. I just know that I'm not like a Democrat or a Republican or even an independent, like in what that means in America. But technically I'm independent, if that makes sense. But
you could just be safe and call yourself a leftist.
Yeah. Yeah, but that implies things that I don't know. But I feel like in a very basic, like stripped down way, I'm socially a libertarian, where I feel like the government shouldn't really have any authority over like what you do personally unless it affects others in like
So you're like
some way. I don't
So
know.
you're like a libertarian socialist.
Yeah, I also think that the government should provide basic necessities for its people, and
Yeah.
I don't believe the government is a business. I think
Right.
it's more about, it's supposed to be by the people for the people, and the fact that we're about to get another like $1 billion stimulus shit going, and none of us like plebs get it. Like us lower class of people, like we're not going to be helped at all again. And that just blows my mind because it's our fucking money. And they just like I mean, I don't think all of taxation is theft, but when we're dying in the ways that we are right now and struggling so hard, I feel like them taking money from us and like not helping us at all is a form of theft. Like,
Yeah. That's true. No, see, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't agree with that taxation is theft bullshit. But when it comes to a situation like this, especially when the last fucking COVID relief bill was fucking filled with policies and shit that would allow the fucking corporations to once again loot the treasury, well, the American people get the bare minimum. Like, that is
what
kind of
did we even get last time? I know
$1,200.
that was the first one, but they did a second one that went
the second
straight
one was
to
just,
all companies.
I mean, part of it was supposed to go to like smaller businesses and shit that needed help. I don't know how much of it did.
Right. I don't have numbers on that either. But
probably not enough. Probably not nearly enough.
No. I'm sure most of it went to enriching the biggest corporations like it always does.
Yeah. So how would you say your political views have changed within the last 5 to 10 years? Or have they?
They
Or have
definitely
you just
have. Oh,
always been a perfect lefty?
No. Actually, I would say it's probably more in the opposite direction now. The first thing I thought of was gun control. And my you know what? No, my position hasn't changed on that. I just don't really advertise it as gun control anymore because right wingers get like so pissed about it, and it sounds scary. But I've always felt like there should be more restrictions on who can have guns, but I've never felt like we should outright ban them from everybody.
Right. No, I never want to ban guns, but I do think we need more restrictions. I'm not completely Vosh pilled on that. I know Vosh loves guns.
Does he?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't love. He's very pro gun. He's very, very pro gun. And
I honestly see more and more people being pro gun even on the left side because of how fucked up shit is. Like people are scared.
I've heard some of his arguments and I've kind of softened up a little bit on my gun control shit, but I still do believe we need psych evaluations, we need waiting periods, we need background checks for all, we need to get rid of the fucking gun show loophole. All of that is extremely important. There needs to be no way to get a gun that isn't fucking officially registered to the state. And anyone who's saying that that's not freedom, I'm sorry, but like cars, you can't get a car and drive around without having an official license for that. Every gun should be fucking accounted for in this country. Absolutely.
It's supposed to be, but
and no one should be able
loose
to trade a gun or give a gun as a gift or whatever without legally transferring.
Like you said, we already do it with cars, so
yeah.
I mean, you have to do title transfers and shit if you give somebody a car. Even if you want to give it to them for free, you still have to do something through the government. So,
if everyone had a gun, we'd all be safe. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I was trying to say that my views had changed on that. Like I've been a little looser now, but honestly, I never wanted to like completely ban guns because I'm like patriotic in the sense that I really believe in our Constitution,
Yeah.
And you know, I don't think the Bill of Rights should ever be like infringed upon, because if we do that with guns, they're just going to do it with the whole thing.
Right. I mean,
I
but
mean, they already pretty much have with the first one. And
the Constitution says we have the right to bear arms. It doesn't say we have the right to bear arms even if we're like delusional and psychotic.
yeah, I
And
mean, you have to think of public safety.
yeah. So I don't know. It's a very nuanced question. I do think we need some more restrictions, but I definitely wouldn't go so far as other people. I definitely don't like the fucking Beto O'Rourke plan. Oh my god, that was cringe. That was dumb. And
In
that
Texas, what an idiot. What a
yeah, we are
fucking
coming
idiot.
to take your gun. Oh my god. Like
Don't
literally
say that.
all he did was give a gift to the fucking Republican. So now
They
they
gave
have
him a sound bite.
yeah. That made me so mad. That almost made me wonder if he was like a fucking Republican plant or like a CIA plant or something. I don't know.
No, he's just stupid.
Yeah.
He's just really dumb. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could say that my politics have changed in the last 5 to 10 years. Let's see. I
Did you
just
used to be
turned.
more right leaning or anything? Because I know you came out of like a more right leaning family, right?
I did, but like I always believed in freedom above all of those things. Like
Mm.
I thought that I had the right God and stuff, but like I didn't feel like I should impose religion or like, and honestly, I was always very LGBTQ.
Hmm.
I don't remember the rest of the letters. Friendly.
Yeah.
But
I'm sad to say I was not always so
that
fucking
a
progressive.
lot of people weren't like, I don't know. Like I remember asking my dad when I was like 3 or something, like before I was in school. I was like, can a girl and a girl get married? And he was like, I mean, not legally. And I had no idea what that meant. But I don't know. Like I thought about that even at that age. So like, I don't know. I think I've always known on some level that like I don't care like what people's genitals are. Like I just like people like for their minds and stuff. And that's kind of my sexuality. Like I'm attracted to unique and like smart and funny people.
Right.
And like
No, I'm definitely with you there.
like I don't like calling myself bi because that implies that I like only girls and only boys. But it's like
Right.
I like them all. I don't care.
You're like
It's
you're
like
pansexual.
a big spectrum, and I'm fine with the whole thing. So, I don't know how we got. Oh, because we were talking about like if I've been leftist. So yeah, I don't know. I've always been for gay marriage, abortion, even as a Christian, and I got a lot of shit for that as a Christian, but that's always how I felt. So
Yeah, I remember. I mean, when I was really young, I was very anti-abortion. But as I got older, even while I was still a Christian, I became pretty pro-abortion, and because I have always been pro-choice, and that's kind of why the more I learned about the more I learned about the world, I did want people to have freedom, and I did want people to like, and that's why even when I was like, gay people, that's weird. That doesn't seem natural. I was like, well, okay, but they should still have a right to get married. Like, why not?
right, they should still have rights even if I'm not for it. Like I remember being, I don't know why like kids were even talking about this, but I was like in elementary school and I was with a group of girls and they were like, I think abortion is wrong. And I was like, why? They're like, well, you're like killing something. And I was just like, I wouldn't have an abortion, but I think people should be able to have an abortion if they want. Right. And I was like in the 3rd grade. And I'm still like wondering like why that even got brought up. How did I even know what abortion was at that age? I don't know. But nowadays, I'm like, hell yeah, I would get an abortion immediately. But
Probably because it was talked about a lot back then. Like, it was a
Yeah.
huge hot button issue. I mean, I guess it's still the conservatives keep bringing it back constantly, even when it's like, okay, it's said and done. You know, we've the decision's been made. The conservatives are just like, nope, nope, nope. Got to bring that up again. Oh God. Okay, fine. We have to have this argument again,
I hate it
dude. I don't.
because it feels like it's a constant like threat to my personal
Yeah,
safety.
it does. That's the thing. Yeah, it feels it's that way for me in chess too. Because like, if Chess got pregnant, like, I mean, hey, like, by the way, yes, 2 girls can have children, John Morgan. Okay, me and Chess could potentially have children. But that's that. We don't want children. I mean, we're not fucking like, and that's the thing. Look, I don't like the idea of abortion. Am I gonna try like at the end of the day, I'm gonna do everything else I can to avoid getting Chess pregnant because right, like it's smart to
Right.
take every precaution. But if for whatever reason all of that fails, I'm not ready to bring a fucking child into this world whose life is going to be extremely diminished by my ability to provide for that child. Like, I don't want to do that. And so, do I like the idea of abortion? No, I think it sounds horrible. I don't think it sounds like a pleasant thing.
No.
But at the end of the day, it's like a necessary evil. But that's the thing. Like, the fucking right wants to act like all us lefties are over here wringing our hands like, oh yes, abortions, dead fetuses, yes, killing babies. It's like, no, I'm not happy about that, dude. I wish we lived in a perfect fucking world. I wish we lived in a world where every unwanted child could go to a huge a high-end state-run state-funded orphanage or foster home or whatever that is well staffed and well regulated and well funded, so that these kids have somewhere to live. Like I've talked about, like, I have like my idea for how I would do this, where I would have, like, you know, these big places where like full of like fully trained adults who can, like, you know, take care of those kids and whatnot. And in the future, I really do think if we achieve like a socialist society, like, this is definitely a step we should take. And then at that point, I'd be like, yeah, we have like great fucking alternatives for people kids that are born that are unwanted. Okay, sure, we don't need abortions as much, then we'll just fucking put these kids in that. But unfortunately, that's not what the system we have.
No,
Unfortunately,
you're
kids.
pretty much like setting kids up to be like fucked up because of how
Yeah,
like messed up the system is. They're most likely going to be abused or neglected or even just feel like not loved. And
yeah,
that's terrible for a growing child to have to go through.
right.
It's almost like more merciful to just let mothers kill unwanted fetuses or just like
Yeah, I don't
stop
even view
them
it as
from.
killing. I've
Yeah, I
See,
don't.
here's how I
I
viewed
don't
it.
either.
Even when I was a Christian, I was like, no, I don't view it as a baby growing inside. I view it as like it's a seed. You're planting a seed, and like the seed is like starting to sprout and it's gonna grow into a tree. But if you don't want a tree to grow there, you fucking you uproot the little fucking sprout before it, you know, turns
Right,
into a
you're
proper tree.
keeping it from becoming something.
Yeah. And here's another thing with the abortion thing, by the way, before we move on. I always said this, even when I was a Christian, and I said this to other Christians, and I was like, I don't get this. You guys are acting like, oh, but God wanted that person to exist, and like, you're murdering that person, and now they'll never exist. Like, God has the ability to manufacture souls out of nothing. God has the idea to form a person inside of the womb of another person. God doesn't have the ability to like take the soul of an aborted fetus and stick him in another mother. Like, how does that work? How are like, if God wants
I don't
someone to
know.
exist, he can make them exist. Like, it's not like
Not
you
only
guys are
that,
acting.
but like if, if we're going with their folklore, it's they think that he knows like everything about the future. So like
Yeah. So
he
he should know that child's not going to exist. Why did he even bother?
right.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe since God knows that this fetus is going to be aborted, he doesn't even bother with the soul. He's just like, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, if I were God, I'd start putting souls in babies, you know, right when they actually come out of the vagina. You know, there you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, there you go. Until that, they're just like the husks, like
Yeah.
growing, preparing
Maybe they are.
to be
Yeah, I mean, I
the
believe that a
soul.
person I do believe that a person is their experiences. Without any experience, you're pretty much just a blank slate. Now, I'm not saying we should kill babies because of that, because oh, you haven't experienced anything. But like, you haven't even breathed. You haven't even like began to exist yet.
That's what I don't get is like, why do they care so much about like these people that don't exist, but they don't give a fuck about the people that actually do exist already on the earth? I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, again, if we like built up an infrastructure to like house these kids and you know, have a better life for unwanted children, then I would absolutely hear out all these anti-abortion arguments. I'm like, okay, let's like we actually have an alternative system that's better.
I still don't think you should ever like outlaw abortion, even if they could have somewhere to go to. And I'll tell you why, because overpopulation is actually a thing. And
I'm 50-50 on that.
Well, we don't have the resources. If we
true.
had like obviously there's room for more people, but as far as resources go, like it's projected to be slim in the future. But also because going through a pregnancy is like extremely terrible for someone's body, and like if they don't want to do that to themselves, they shouldn't have to. Or they shouldn't, they shouldn't be like mandated. Like no government should be able to tell me what to do with my body in any sense.
Because by the way, here's something that a lot of people forget. Women used to, but anyone making this argument, like, oh, well, childbirth is natural. That's just what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a child. Women used to die all the time in childbirth, like constantly. But that's pretty much just what women were used for. It was like, okay, have my baby, and then if you die, whatever. You know, at least I have a child to like carry on my legacy now. Which is fucked up in and of itself. But like, yeah, it is a dangerous process. And even though thanks to medical science now it's not as common of an occurrence, it's still a possibility. Women have died in childbirth still. So like it's just an extra risk you're adding to yourself when you, again, all for the fucking all for the sake of bringing a child into the world that you might not even be able to take care of properly, that might not even have a good fucking life.
Yeah, I would not go through with a pregnancy just because of, you know, I don't want to put my body through that. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Like besides birth, like the actual birth process, like pregnancy is like 9 months of suffering.
Yeah.
So
John Morgan makes a really good fucking point in the chat. 1 in 5 births used to result in a miscarriage. That's true. So actually I think it was higher than that. But yeah, a lot of women would miscarry. Like I love how
miscarriages are still a very like common thing.
They are. Oh no, my mom always told me how she like miscarried twice before me, and she thought that she wouldn't be able to give birth before she got pregnant with me. So yeah, like miscarriages are common. No one looks at a miscarriage and is like, "Oh, you killed a child." Okay, to be fair, my mother actually did view it as like her children died, but I mean, if you're gonna view a fetus as a baby, as a living, breathing person, like that's you projecting it onto it. For a long time, society didn't. It would just be like, oh, the pregnancy wasn't viable. Okay, you try again. No one had we don't have funerals for fucking miscarried fetuses. No. Okay,
that's true. They usually get flushed down the toilet. If I'm being honest, I mean, so I've never had one, but that's what I've heard anyway.
That's a pretty good argument for me right there.
Yeah, I know we don't have funerals for miscarried fetuses, so that is a really good point. I like that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I guess I have one more like serious question, then we can move on to like silly questions. But so I guess I'm curious because you say you are you've been pretty left for a while. When did you stop being a Christian?
Well,
And what led you to like what you currently believe?
I guess I always kind of questioned my religion. That was another thing from a young age. I, remember asking a lot of questions, and older people would just be like, you just got to have faith. And I was like, I can't accept that. But I really did try like extremely hard to have some kind of like spiritual relationship with God. I prayed all the time. I went to church all the time. I read the Bible and all that shit. But by the time that I was a teenager, I like looked back on my short life and I was like, my life has sucked. Like, why would God do this to me?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of made me mad at God in a way. And then I actually had a lot of friends that were like constantly trying to make me like believe in Jesus again, I guess. I don't know. So like I went to church even more with like my friends in high school. And that was so weird. But I think it was when it was like right before I turned 18. I was like severely depressed, and I had been homeless like several times, and I almost was killed that summer by somebody.
Yeah.
And I like was failing all my classes, which was really weird for me because I was an honor student, and I just like skipped school all the time. What the fuck? Someone in my chat, they said Chelsea has a humongous WAP. For real though, Chelsea has a humongous WAP.
Okay then. I didn't know this.
Not currently. Oh my god, that's funny. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I need some moderators. But anyway, so yeah, I was feeling super low, and then I had a friend introduce me to the Amazing Atheist to his channel. And honestly, like watching his videos, like I started off just watching like more of his silly shit. And it really like helped lift my mood. Oh, that was also when I dropped out of school and I was like in the process of moving to Canada. During this time, it was also the time I found out about TJ. So anyway, the whole point is that like he basically like helped me get out of my like terrible depression. Also, leaving my horrible situation helped too, and moving to Canada. Yeah. The person that I moved in with in Canada was also an atheist. So we we started watching like TJ's atheist content together once I'd moved up there. And I was like kind of uncomfortable with it because I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I can be an atheist like all the way. Like I didn't feel like I was a Christian, but I didn't want to be an atheist. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like everything that he was saying, and I watched other YouTubers in the beginning too that were atheists, but TJ really was the main one. Everything everyone was saying was just like so accurate because I knew the Bible. Like I knew all this stuff, and like I'd been questioning it for so long. Like pretty much since the beginning of my indoctrination, I was always asking questions. So I think the fact that TJ like made me laugh so much in like his like more lighthearted videos kind of warmed me up to him. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it really helped me out of my depression. And then letting go of this fear of hell and God and stuff, like, which I eventually did, maybe a couple months into watching all this shit and doing some research myself. Yeah, I just felt like letting go of that was such a relief that like I just became like so happy. Like it was like a complete 180. Like my life was like totally changed when I was in Quebec, and I I was in this weird foreign country and hardly anybody spoke English, but like I was just like super happy. I would go exploring the snowy hills and shit by myself, and I don't know. It was just a really good point in my life, and I'm so glad that I became an atheist, because I don't feel guilty about shit anymore.
Hell yeah.
It feels so good. So sorry that was such a long-winded story, but I felt like you needed the context of my depression and how much of a relief it was to let all that shit go. And
I can totally, hell yeah. No, I can totally relate to that story, because I had a very similar story. I brought up religious, and eventually I got into deep depression and shit too. And, eventually I listen to a lot of George Carlin, and I went through an atheist phase for a little bit, but then I slipped back into religion again, and I had like some Christian friends that were trying to push me back into it. But then finally I discovered TJ, and watching TJ made it okay for me to be an atheist. I heard him just unapologetically like saying there is no God, and like this fucking Bible is stupid, this verse is bullshit, and this story is bullshit. And I was like, holy fucking shit, someone actually talking some goddamn sense for a change. So yeah, and that kind of slowly pulled me out of it as well.
Yeah.
God, I was gonna say thank God for TJ, but I guess
thank God for TJ. So I just got a donation, so I should probably read that.
Dope.
Oh wait, shit. I hate how it disappears and then I can't see it. Okay. Floppin' non-English speaking Canadians, heretics. You've been through some stuff and you are doing well now, Chelsea. Yes. Thank you very much. I have been through some fucking stuff, man. That is true.
Hell yeah. Damn right. But going through some stuff, that's what makes you a stronger person. When you go through the shit, when you journey through the fucking shit mountains and you come out the other side alive, it only makes you a stronger person.
The shit mountains, what a fucking image.
The shit yeah, dude. You gotta trudge through those shit mountains. You don't even get like good like boots or anything to like protect you. You gotta just like you gotta wear like shitty little fucking sandals.
Ugh.
Like flip flops as you trudge through the
gross.
I know, right? Okay. So yeah, I have some I guess we can leave the serious topics behind. I have some interesting questions, some more less serious questions that kind of I want you to try to use your imagination for these questions, okay? I want you to like don't just give some like default answer, and actually
Okay.
these questions are framed in a way that you can't just be like yes or no. So yeah, none of that lazy shit.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, let's go.
First question, and maybe this one shouldn't be first, but it's the first one I have written. If you were named Emperor of Earth tomorrow, name 5 changes you would make to better the planet.
5? Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Or maybe you could do just 3 if you can only think of 3.
Well, the first thing I thought of was getting rid of like I don't know. I want to say like capitalism, but I don't know. I definitely
capitalism.
Yeah, I feel like that would be my first thing, but I don't know cuz damn it. All right, I'm just going with it. End all capitalism.
Why not? You replace it with something, or
yeah,
just no system.
No system.
just
you got me all stressed
anarchy.
out because you're like no bullshit. I'm like, oh fuck.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just imagine yourself queen of Earth, okay? And like your word is law. You get to control the planet, but you only get to name 5 policies right off the bat. You can do other shit later, but
Okay, I got you. Oh shit. Give capital punishment to capitalism.
yeah, dude.
I like it. Okay, so God damn it. The chat is super distracting. Ban cyclists. Yeah,
That's why you gotta just ignore the chat sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not gonna legalize cannibalism. So I think that basically I would just implement what I said earlier about, you know, basically making sure that everybody has the right to do what they need, want, whatever with their body, as long as they don't hurt anybody else. That's just like the rule of the land everywhere.
Right.
So like, am I magical?
No, you can just you can enact whatever policies you want though. You can be like, I'm gonna ban all people with fucking the letter P in their name.
Oh my gosh, I'd ban them. What does that even entail? Like, do they die?
They're just not allowed to exist anymore.
Oh my goodness. So it'd be like almost a Thanos maneuver.
Yeah.
Let's see. Honestly, I would fuck. It's supposed to be policies. I can't be like, I would try to do this.
Just say it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be too.
I really think we should like get rid of factory farming.
True.
And honestly, just like kind of stop eating much meat in general. So if I could like make it so that science could like make fake meat and stuff that was like actually healthy and not just a bunch of like soy and crap and like chemicals and like, I don't know, just make it so it's very abundant. So nobody's starving to death, you know, and it's like full of all the nutrients you need and it actually tastes good. That's what I want from science. Like dairy products and meat products that actually taste good, that are actually good for you. But yeah, until then, it's like really hard to go vegan. But if I could do that, I would make it so everybody had to be vegan, at least for the most part. Maybe like on holidays or something, you could kill like a special turkey that you'd been saving all year or some shit. I don't know. But like, don't give me that everything is chemicals. You know what I mean? Like man-made weird shit.
Okay. So
I guess those are my. I don't know. I like the freedom thing encompasses like, you know, everybody can be whoever they want to be. You can do whatever drugs you want to do, all that stuff. So I feel like that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, sounds
just
like it.
Freedom for everybody and like make sure people have what they need to survive.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a more lighthearted one. If you could have a 3-way with 2 celebrities of your choice, who would they be and why?
Oh man, I thought of one of them immediately. I'm trying to think of a second one. Fuck.
The reason I didn't just say fuck one person is because I feel like you could come up with more creative like 3-way scenarios.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'll tell you the first one that popped in my head was Jack Black. I have like the biggest crush on Jack Black, but I heard
he is cool.
Yeah, he is cool, and I don't know. I love like hairy men. So anyway, I feel like the second person I thought of was Lizzo. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I don't.
She's like a singer, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to say a rapper, but she doesn't really rap. But anyway, I feel like the real answer is Jack Black and Billie Eilish. I have like such a crush
That'd
on
be
Billie Eilish.
that'd be pretty hot.
Yeah, but you know, if Lizzo wants to come too, that's fine.
So what's the logistics of this three-way? What's who's where, who's doing what?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I feel like Billie would be like the dominant one out of all of us. Cuz she's just has like a commanding presence. I don't know. And she would like make us both suck on our titties or something. At least that. Billie is almost 19, so it's fine.
Yeah, dude. She's legal.
Oh yeah, I'm totally a chubby chaser. But yeah.
Dope. Okay. Okay, this one's a little more involved. Okay. If you could choose, okay, to either be a lowly peasant in any fantasy world of your choice or an extremely rich and powerful person in any dystopia of your choice, which would you choose? And yeah. Wait, so would you choose a fantasy or dystopia? Which one would you choose, and why? What would you?
I would choose to be the powerful person in a dystopia because maybe I could have some power to change it.
That's a good way of looking at it. I didn't think of it that way.
If you're like a lowly peasant, even in like non-dystopia, like you still have no power.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, okay, like you're like a lowly peasant in some fucking like some fantasy realm where like even like well like anyone could like use magic or something, or like it's some fantasy realm where like where there actually is like such thing as like equality, equality of opportunity where people are, or like say for example like, oh, like I'm like a lowly peasant in the Star Wars universe, or like I'm a lowly, I don't know, maybe Star Wars wouldn't be the best because that you'd kind of, I mean there's a lot of poor people in the Star Wars universe. I don't know, like Narnia or something, where like everything is peaceful and no one really has to like work.
I mean,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically it's just like a matter of like, do the possessions matter more to you, I guess? Because if you're a peasant, you'd still be like poor, I'm guessing, but you'd have like, I mean, you're taken care of, but you don't have like a bunch of fancy shit.
Yeah, I mean, and depending on the universe too, like you could potentially become more than a peasant.
Yeah.
It's basically like, where would you rather start out, as like a peasant in like some fantasy universe, or as like some really powerful person in a dystopia where everyone else is fucked in that world, but at least you're in a good position?
Damn. I guess I'll stick with my answer, but the way that you describe it gives me pause.
Can you think of a specific like dystopia that you'd want to live in?
I mean, no, nobody wants to live in a dystopia.
I mean, as a powerful, like if you'd have to, like for example, like, oh, like the fucking Blade Runner universe, but I'm like, again, really rich and powerful.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. Honestly, like I feel like I would feel terrible about like everybody's suffering because I already do. But I don't know. It probably would be worse because I would have power to like maybe change some people's lives, but there's no way I could help everybody. So maybe I should change my answer. Because like, I don't know. Could I really be happy if like everybody around me was like suffering? I don't think so. So I already feel bad for like buying stuff on Amazon.
I mean, I will say, okay, to make it easier, you do have freedom to do whatever you want with this power. So you could potentially mount a fucking a coup/revolution on the behalf of the people.
Yeah, that's true.
So you could like save the They Live universe, or like, I don't know, the Hunger Games universe or some shit.
That would be cool. That would be like way more epic than just living like a little hobbit life, you know?
Ooh, Hobbit. Yeah, that's another good one. You could be in the Lord of the Rings universe as like a
Yeah,
lowly hobbit.
you could. I
That's
don't
why I
know.
like this question, because there's a lot to think about there.
Yeah, it really is. Cause like I could see myself going in both directions. It just depends on like which universe I chose, you know?
Maybe I should just split that into two questions in the future.
Maybe.
Um, okay.
Well, I think
Here's one.
some people wouldn't take as nuanced of an approach as
Right.
we just did though, so.
Right. Yes, we are very enlightened, high IQ,
Yes.
nuanced people. Um, okay. So, how about this? If you had free reign to alter the rules and depictions of any sport in order to make them more interesting, what sports would you choose and how would you make it more interesting?
Which sport would I choose and how would I make it more interesting?
Yes, and you can do anything you want with this sport. Like you are the executive of like whatever sports league, and you get to. Because let's be honest, sports are fucking boring as fuck. Okay,
I
they're
can't
terrible.
stand sports. I hate sports.
I know, but I can think of scenarios in which I would actually be interested in a given sport. They would just have to like change it a lot, like maybe like soccer players are all naked, but then they also have like spikes on their cleats, so
Oh
if they
shit.
like
Damn, that's brutal.
I mean, it would be horrible, but I'd actually watch it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'll say like the sport that I like watching the most already is hockey, but I would never like be devoted to that. I don't know.
Right.
I can't really get into sports that much, but I do like going to hockey games more than I would like going to a basketball game or something. Um, so I think a rule in hockey should be that they all have to get really drunk before they go on the ice.
Oh shit.
And that would start way more fights. So
Yeah.
people
See,
love watching hockey fights.
I was thinking of adding like a rule where you actually have to fight once every fucking like 5 minutes. There has to be a fight.
Yeah, because
Because
so many people just sit there and wait for the fights to happen.
dude,
Have
I
you
remember
been
my
to a hockey game?
yeah, a couple. No like big games, but like my dad took me to a few like
Like local
uh
ones?
yeah, or like he took me to like the big the stadium in Toronto
Oh, okay.
where the Leafs play, but it wasn't like an official game. It was like an exhibition game or some shit.
Oh,
Went to
gotcha.
it. Yeah, I went to a couple of those, and I will say, yeah, it's better like actually being there than fucking watching it on
Oh,
TV. But
yeah. I can't stand watching sports on TV,
I can't either. But like
but going to games is fun.
I remember my dad trying to get me into it, and he would sit me down, like, "Oh, let's watch the game together." And I was like, "I don't want to." But
Yeah.
like, we would sit there and we'd watch it, and like, I would just be waiting for the fucking fights. I'd be waiting for the fights to happen. My favorite player on the team was the dude that would always get into fights. His name was like Ty Domi. Yeah, I liked him because he was like, oh, he got into fights constantly. He was like he was always picking fights, always beating the shit out of other players, and I thought that was just fucking awesome. I hated everything else about the sport, but like literally, my dad would turn off the TV when the fights were happening. Be like, no.
What?
I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He's like, "We don't need to watch this violence. This isn't." I'm like, you're a huge hockey fan. I don't know how you could just like turn it off at the most interesting
Hockey
part of
is
the
violent as fuck. Like, even
yeah,
if they aren't fighting, they're like fucking chucking each other into like the
yeah.
walls and shit all the time. Like, none of them have teeth. So, like, I don't know. It is pretty violent.
I don't get that. Yeah, because my dad's a huge hockey fan, but he hates the fighting. He always looks away. He's like,
That's so
I don't like
funny.
this.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. So, if money was no object and you could decorate slash build a house in any way you like, so you can have like free reign to build your whatever fucking house, mansion, castle, whatever the fuck you want. This is the place you're gonna live in, no limits. What would you do?
Oh my goodness. Well, first and foremost, it would be on like 100 acres of land. Like, I don't want
Hell,
anybody around me for a long, long
true.
ways. um, man, I don't know like what kind of style it would be. I have so many different styles, but I feel like it would be like kind of like spooky but classy and giant and have just like the best technology, like the coolest shit, like have like animal rooms for sure so I could have all my little pets and stuff. Like this is the cat room and the whole room is just like cat stuff. And like this is my puppy room. And then I'd have like this is my lizard or reptile room or whatever.
Give your animals their own rooms, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'd have, you know, like all kinds of
The Kirk petting zoo.
yeah, dude, it would be awesome. I'd have like a dope ass big kitchen with like a bar and like a wine cooler thing and like you know, just like all just super fucking nice and like ridiculously expensive. Since money is no limit, like why not, you know? But I also don't like the houses that are like so big that like they don't feel homey anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's too much open space. So like I don't want a giant like palatial mansion, but a mansion. You know, something in between that's like still super nice and has a lot of space to run around and dance or whatever the fuck I want to do. And like obviously have surround sound through the whole house so I could like blare all the music I want to whenever. Yeah. Dope ass bathroom. Don't forget the bathroom. You gotta have like one of those showers with all the jets everywhere and like the tub with all the bubble
giant
jets.
Indoor jacuzzi.
Yes.
Type
Jacuzzi,
I
pool. Yeah.
Oh,
all
yeah,
of the
indoor
things.
dude. I
Hot
had an
tub.
idea for the longest time that I wanted to do, and it's kind of nerdy, but I still would do this if I could one day. I just want to build like a giant underground bunker in the middle of a field, right? Just buy like a giant like 100-acre land or something, right? And then like it's just a giant empty field. You look up on it, it just looks like there's nothing there except for a blue police box. There is a fucking TARDIS in the middle of a giant empty field, and you go in it, and it's an elevator that takes you down to the underground bunker that's like this giant fucking like this giant epic fucking like place, like rooms and shit, like chill rooms with fucking video games and shit, and like
Oh yeah.
giant ass fucking
all kinds of games and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
For sure.
I've always wanted to build like the ultimate fucking gaming room. Because I already own like a shit ton of consoles and shit. I've always wanted to like create like the ultimate fucking like gaming setup, an ultimate like entertainment system setup.
That would be cool. I feel like yours would be a little different from mine because you're more into like video games and stuff. But I would want like a game kind of room too, but more just like pinball machines and shit.
Oh yeah, that shit too, definitely.
Yeah, pool table, all that kind of stuff.
I also want a pool, giant underground jacuzzi. Hell yeah,
Mhm.
all that shit. I want it to be underground too. It has to be underground.
The whole everything is underground.
I don't know. See, it makes me think though. I would kind of want like maybe I'd put also like a little like a tiny little house, so like a little shack, something that just looks like a worn out shack,
Yeah.
like somewhere on the land. But like you go inside and it's also this really nice like living space or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it's also
I
connected
could
to the
see
bunker.
that just so you could like have a normal kind of house experience if you wanted it. Yeah, I feel like I like the fact that natural light comes in. You know, I feel like when you're in a basement or something, you can feel like the ground is around you.
Yeah, that is the thing. I would want like somewhere where I could be like up in the open.
Yeah, like I'm cool with having like part of the house underground, but I don't think I'd want the whole thing underground, at least for me.
Someone in the chat says they want to have a Resident Evil mansion that's full of puzzles. Hell yeah, dude.
No.
That wouldn't be annoying at all. Okay, time to go to the kitchen. Oh shit. Where did
Let
I
me
leave my
figure out
giant
a puzzle.
Yeah.
That would suck so bad.
Can't even get around the house without like I mean, hey, why not? If you enjoy puzzles.
What about like the creepy priests and stuff? Do you want all that in there as well?
I wouldn't.
No, me either. The whole idea is bad.
It is.
I just have to pee. Let me through.
Yeah, dude, you have to solve a puzzle first to open the toilet lid, and then you have to solve a puzzle to flush the toilet, and then you have to solve a puzzle to wash your hands.
Oh no. Yeah, this sounds awful. I'm terrible at puzzles too. Like I suck so bad.
Oh yeah, I am too. I hate when I'm playing like a game that's full of like action and shit, and then I get to a part where it's like, okay, now you got to stop and solve this fucking puzzle. And it's like, I can't.
That's so dumb. It's like I just want to fucking shoot stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you could choose a single skill to completely master, you could be good at any one thing. What would you choose, and how would you use it to better your life?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is painting, because that's like what I'm focusing on right now.
That'd be cool. You'd be the best painter in the world.
Yeah, so like I'd just get rich and then I don't know. I really would love to paint like big ass murals and like make towns like beautiful with my art.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but other than that, I'd probably make a lot of money if I was the best one in the world. So then I could also like, you know, help people with that as well.
What if you were like such a good artist that like you could basically graffiti anything you want and no one would complain?
That is a dream. That is so cool because I look at stuff all the time and I'm like, I want to paint all over that thing.
Yeah. There are like graffiti artists that like that I've heard of that like they'll like tag an area, and some people will like, God, their instinct would be to be like, oh my God, I got graffitied, but it's like, nah, this looks too good, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, it's too nice.
Like I've heard of that happening before.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Oh, this is kind of a similar question. Maybe not. If you could achieve any goal in life, no matter how difficult, what would it be?
Achieve any goal in life? Man, my first instinct was kind of lame. I was thinking like inner peace. Because that seems like the most difficult thing that I could ever.
It really fucking is, dude. It so is. To be able to just be like, yeah, I'm at peace. I'm okay. I don't worry. I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I'm just fine.
No anxiety. No, yeah, that that is a pretty difficult goal.
Yeah, that seems like the hardest thing that I could ever think of like achieving. So
honestly, I almost feel like world peace is easier to attain.
Damn.
For any world peace is probably more attainable than for any one person to attain a true inner peace.
Yeah. I wonder if it exists.
Buddhist monk or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, like monks and stuff. But like, I don't want to have to like shave my head and like, I don't know, beat myself and stuff.
And give up all attachments.
Yeah, like I just want to be chill, but like also have the life I want. I don't know. So yeah, that's my answer for that one.
Okay. If you could either go back in time and give yourself a message/warning to your younger self, or travel in the future to see how your life turns out, which would you choose? Where would you go, and why?
If I go in the future, can I change the result?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you could be like, okay, where's my life headed now? I want to see. And it's like, oh shit, that's what I'm gonna turn out as. No, no, no. I gotta fix some things.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I would do, honestly. Like, I'd go in the future, see what I was doing, and then like use that to either be like, okay, cool, I like where I ended up, or like if I didn't, I would change something, or like work harder. I don't know, some shit.
I I have this like dumbass fantasy of like, well, what if I could like go back though and like tell myself something and get myself to like not alter their not alter my like decisions too much, but only like in certain ways that would benefit me today. And I'm like, what? But then at the same time, I'm like, but would that even work? Because I feel like there's too much that could go wrong. I could fucking do that and then come back to today, and I'm like no longer with chess or some shit, and I'd be like, fuck.
That's true. Yeah,
So yeah,
I can't think of like any moment that like one thing that I could change or like even tell myself that would like put me in a better position than where I am right now.
well, there's the thing. Like, there are some things that I would change if I could go back, but then I'm like, but would I actually though? Because what would be the consequences?
Right.
I feel like going in the future and having a look is probably gives you less consequences.
Yeah.
Because yeah, then I'd like go in the future, see where I end up in like 20 years, and be like, okay, let's see if I need to alter my course.
Right.
Maybe I
agree.
can learn some stuff from myself too. Maybe I could even ask myself, like, hey, like,
Any advice?
who won the Super Bowl? Who won the Super
Oh,
Bowl in
yeah.
this year? You know?
My future self wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Who won
maybe
the
something.
presidency in
Yeah.
2024?
Yeah. Something. So you could like bet a bunch of money
Yeah.
on it. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Okay. If you could invent one if you could invent one piece of futuristic technology from science fiction and use it however you wish, what would you invent and how would you use it?
I want to say a replicator, just because that would fucking like end hunger for everybody. But a more fun one would be the shit. What's it called? I can't say it if I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know.
It's another Star Trek thing. The place where they go in to like have fantasies, like the holodeck. That would be really fun. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, dude, the holodeck would be dope.
That would be so cool. You just walk into a room and it's like anything you could pretty much ever imagine it.
Yeah. No, that would be awesome. Because I have always wanted like proper virtual reality where you could actually like
interact,
go inside and like feel, and like,
yeah.
Have you ever seen or heard of the show Sword Art Online?
No.
It's basically like this video game where like you go in, you put this headset on, and it actually like it actually like puts you in the video game, so you see, feel, taste, everything, and
that'd be cool.
I'd want that, because that would be like, that's just like a headset you can put on, and you don't need this giant fucking room. Although the whole premise of that show is that it breaks and everyone gets stuck in the in the game, and if they die in the game, they die for real life. So maybe I would go with the holodeck. It seems,
I don't know, because there's a shit ton of Star Trek episodes like in different season or different like shows and everything that'll be like, oh, the safety protocols are turned off on the holodeck, they're in mortal danger. It's like, how many times can you use that same plot line?
Even
there shouldn't be a way to turn the safety features off.
Even in the Orville, remember when they they got a porn virus in the holodeck?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh, I love that show. I heard that they're not doing it anymore.
Really? What? They canceled it?
I feel like I heard that it was canceled.
That is literally the best thing that Seth MacFarlane has
I
ever fucking
know.
done.
It was so good. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I heard someone tell me that.
Looks like it is resuming production. Okay.
Oh, I think it just like got canceled for COVID shit.
Yeah, probably. Even though, see, a lot of shows were able to do a season for COVID.
Yeah.
So it kind of like annoys me. It's like some shows like, no, we're not doing this one, but we are doing this. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it
We're
depends on
we're all
who.
stuck inside. We need our entertainment.
That's
Come on.
true. Yeah. I feel like if like people just got tested and stuff before they were acting, it'd probably be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, if you could have any mythical creature as a pet who would loyally obey you no matter what would you choose and what would you do with your new companion?
I choose a Pegasus. So I could like fly on a horse and
That'd be dope. But
okay.
I'd be kind of like tempted to go with a dragon just because like
Oh yeah, dragon is dope. I forgot dragons existed.
or they don't exist. I mean, you could fuck some shit up with a dragon too.
That's true.
Although
That's
having
very true.
having a place to sleep for your dragon, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, and dragons are very vulnerable on the ground.
Maybe you know what? I want a fuck. What's something that can transform? Oh, Mew. There we go. I want a Mew.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Then I have a Pokemon that can transform into any other Pokemon, and I got my dragons. I got everything.
Yeah. So how is like Mew different than Ditto in that way?
I don't know that it is.
Okay.
I think. Well, I think okay. The difference, because it's never been explicitly stated, but based on the way the two Pokemon it seems like Mew has more of an ability to transform into any Pokemon it's ever seen, whereas I think a Ditto has to be like within the vicinity of the Pokemon it's copying. Maybe they changed that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks for answering.
Someone in my chat says, I would like personal motivation, please. Okay. Be motivated, be positive. Don't let shit get you down.
I'll tell you something that has helped me recently because I was feeling kind of shitty because I wasn't getting like stuff done for like a while. Like my ADD was like taking over and I couldn't concentrate and it was giving me anxiety and shit. So I've been kind of just like setting like small goals for myself every day and just being like the day before, just being like, okay, I need to get like these like 1 to 3 things done tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I write it in my phone and it makes me motivated just to say I did something. I don't know if you need more of a motivation than that, but like if you can't accomplish anything like where I was, like just I don't know, like today on there was like groom my dog. So I did that before I did the show and it made me like plan out the day. Another thing on there was do an hour of yoga. I did that today. So like, I don't know, that helps me get shit done. And if I don't get everything done on the list, I don't beat myself up over it. But I don't know. It's helped me feel more accomplished.
I do that too. I try to like give myself goals and give myself like, here's what I need to get done. It motivates you. So you're not just like,
it helps you like plan out your time too.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I do find I waste a lot of time in my days. I spend a lot of time just
I've been
sitting around.
struggling with that as well lately.
Yeah. So giving yourself being like, yeah, no, I have to do this today and I have to do this today, but then, yeah, sometimes you don't get everything done you need to do. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to like, today I need to like do the laundry. I need to like do the dishes and I need to stream. And sometimes I'm like doing housework and shit. And by the time I'm done, I feel too tired to stream. So I'm like, you know what? I'll stream tomorrow. At least I got some of the stuff that I needed to get done today.
Yeah. It feels good.
Okay. So I've got a few more questions. Ooh, this is a good one. If you had absolute proof that the world was going to end 1 week from now, but you couldn't tell anybody,
Oh
how would
no.
you how would you spend the last week on Earth?
Oh fuck. There's so much I would want to do. Um, I would probably, honestly, I'd probably be like really slutty and like sleep with a lot of people and just do like all the crazy sex things I always wanted to do. Um, what
Oh yeah.
else would I do? I don't know. That's really the only thing I can think of. That's terrible. I guess contact like everybody that I ever have cared about in my life and like I don't know, tell them they meant something to me, and like thank them for being a part of my journey. And they'd be like, "Are you going to kill yourself?" And I'd just be like, maybe. Maybe we all are about to kill ourselves.
See, what I would want to do, I would just want to like, I just want to spend the last week on Earth, like just doing something, just seeing the world, just going play. Like, I would honestly just like take chess and be like, okay, we're gonna just like you get an extra credit card or some shit. We're just gonna drive across the country, do whatever we want, buy whatever we want, you know,
Yeah, definitely
and
get like just max out any credit card.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I would
and,
like to see the Northern Lights
yeah.
for sure. That'd be cool if I could see that like as everybody was dying.
I feel like the fact that like you can't really tell anyone. I mean, maybe you could like tell like your significant other, but you can't like tell everyone.
Oh,
Would
okay.
be that would kind of be an advantage in and of itself, because since you can't tell everyone, there's no chance of like a mass panic. So the
That's
last
true.
week on Earth will be pretty normal.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
Except for you.
except for you and what you do. So
Yeah,
like everyone else will be looking at you like, holy shit, like what the fuck is this person doing?
yeah. Like, damn, they're crazy.
Yeah. Interesting concept. Okay. What is one of the most insane things you used to believe when you were younger, and how did you realize it was completely wrong? Or
um,
did you have this experience? I feel like we've all had things, at least when we were really young, that we believed that was ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, fuck. I believed in all kinds of weird shit. I was an only child, so like I basically like made up all my friends and stuff. That sounds so sad, but like I don't know. I didn't go to preschool or anything, so like the first like 5 years of my life was just like me and my parents.
I mean, I had 3 siblings and I still had like imaginary friends and shit.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. That's like not too abnormal.
I had that shit into high school. I mean, I'm not normal, so
I gotcha. Yeah, I probably have mine too long as well. I feel like though the most like ridiculous thing that I actually believed was that like I was possessed by a demon. And it's cuz like my mom told me that I was like from a very young age, like I don't know, if I like misbehaved in like any way, like as normal kids do, she would like I don't know. I still don't know if she was just saying it like you're acting like a demon kind of thing, but like I fucking believed that. And I believed in demons then. I thought there was some dark fucking energy like entity inside, like living inside of me and like knowing all my thoughts and like
damn.
determining
I mean,
like what I did and would just take over my body, and I was always afraid and like repenting and shit and like begging God to get this demon out of me and stuff, and I was terrified, and Honestly,
Fuck religious people,
I
dude. Religion is
know it's
child
so
abuse.
fucked up. Like, oh, I hate that. I
It,
was so
I mean,
scared.
I believed in demons too. I was more like I believed that like music or video games or movies or whatever, anything that like looked like dark or scary or anything, it was possessed by demons. I believe just like listening to Marilyn Manson could get you fucking possessed by a demon, or like playing Pokemon. I thought Pokemon was demonic when I was a kid.
Oh my
That's what my
god.
fucking mom told me. Also, I actually I never believed I was possessed, although I was afraid of being possessed, which is why I didn't watch or do certain things. But I did unironically believe that my dad was possessed by a demon, and if I was still religious, I'd still probably believe that to this day. Because if you
Why?
met him too, you'd probably agree with.
Man, is he just a total asshole or something?
Oh yeah, he's evil.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Like when I did believe in demons, I was like convinced. I was like, you know, like I was just like, if there's demons, like my dad has to be possessed. And my dad has accused me of being possessed. I mean, my parents think I'm possessed by demons because I'm trans. So they think I have the trans inside of me.
I'm sorry.
That's why I say, like, dude, fuck child indoctrination. It's fucking bullshit. Fuck religion. Religion is disgusting. And it causes a lot of people to believe a lot of fucked up backwards bullshit. But
it just instilled so much fear into me.
oh yeah.
That's
Oh
why
yeah.
it felt so good to become an atheist, because I let go of
Right.
all this fear. Like, I was so afraid of going to hell and, you know,
That's
just
why I like
doing
to
the wrong
reflect
thing.
on it. That's why I like to reflect on it every once in a while and be like, damn, you know, all that bullshit I knew, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Everything you know is wrong. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Feels good. Feels good to admit that. Okay. So, okay. Here. This is my last one, actually. If you had temporary access to Rick's portal gun, but you can only use it twice. So you could go into any parallel reality that is parallel to our world now, but you could only use it to get into that reality and then to get out, and then the portal gun would break. So you could go there, and if you really didn't like it, you could come back here, but that's it. And keeping in mind that the existence of parallel universes would mean that there is literally every variation on our current world now. What kind of multiverse would you choose?
Oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. I guess I could just put them all into one universe, because it could be
Probably.
whatever. So, okay.
Yeah, infinite realities.
The first thing I thought about, I know you're not into The Simpsons very much, but there's a hilarious joke where Homer is like jumping realities and like everything is perfect. Like he's in a big, nice house. His family is all nice and polite. And they, I forget, they were all eating or something. And he asked for a donut. And well, first he's like, okay, this is an awesome reality. Everything's great. And then he asked for a donut and they're like, what's a donut? And then he's like, because he fucking loves donuts, and he leaves it because he thinks there's no donuts there. But as soon as he leaves, there's donuts falling from the sky. And they're like, oh, it's raining again.
Oh my God.
So it was even more perfect than he thought. So yeah, I choose the universe where donuts are rain. And I also want kind of like the Ken Ham version of history to be right, where like humans and dinosaurs coexisted and we were like best buddies. And like it was still like that, and we could have dinosaurs as like pets. Yeah. I want both of those to be in the same universe.
Dinosaur planet and donut rain.
Yes.
In this universe, is this also a universe where you can eat as many donuts as you want and don't get fat?
or
'cause they're
sick or anything. Yeah. They're
yeah,
actually
they
good for you
invented
because it's like H2O, like you need it.
it's like the perfect food.
Yeah,
It's actually the most nutritious food.
exactly. And it falls out of the sky.
Damn. Yeah, that does sound pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because then you could be like, even if you got sick of it eventually, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go back.
Right,
But
but
I would
could you
get sick of
really
that.
get sick of that? I mean, there's so many different kinds of donuts. And it's not like you could only eat donuts, but they were
Yeah,
plentiful and
yeah.
delicious and healthy. Yep, that's my universe.
That's pretty based. I like it.
Thanks. So you said that's the last question?
Yeah, I had a few other questions that I realized were kind of like duplicates. Well, okay. If you were running as a politician, what would your 3 main platforms be?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be the same as when I was the Empress or whatever.
Just like socialism
Yeah, like
and like
freedom for everybody
freedom.
and socialism. Yeah, that would be me. Did you want to keep like chatting about stuff or you
Sure.
okay. Um so I've been kind of talking to like different people about politics, which is not that weird for me. But I noticed a recurring pattern recently with when I say anything against like the punitive judicial system in this country or like against the death penalty. I've had
Yeah.
several men be like, well, what if you were raped?
Oh my
And I'm
god.
just like, I have been. And
Yeah.
I don't want the people who raped me to be dead because of what they did to me.
Right.
Even if I did, that's vengeance. That's not justice. I will say the person who said it today, like, kind of apologized and stuff. And I think maybe I like talked them through it because like they're like, oh wow, you have a really interesting perspective being like a rape victim and stuff. Like, but in the past, like, and it's all been in this year that I've noticed this happen. It's been like 4 different guys who have said the same thing to me.
I feel like that, like, yeah, I've heard guys use that argument too. Like, oh well, people have like used when I was a guy. People were like, oh well, what if what if your sister or your mother was
Right.
raped? And
Yeah.
they try to use that appeal to emotion argument, or it's
Why
like,
is it always rape and like
but okay,
I don't
my
get it.
response, yeah, I think that's kind of sexist. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
they assume like, oh well, you're a woman, so you must have an emotional reaction to the idea of rape. But just in general, the fact that they try to make an emotional appeal, I really hate that because I'm like, well, wait a minute. Who the fuck is thinking rationally when they're a victim of a horrible crime or when someone they
Nobody.
love is a victim of a horrible crime? Exactly. You're like, I'm sorry if my if well, I don't give a fuck about my mother. If something happened to Chess, okay?
Yeah.
If something happened to Chess, I would be angry. And in that moment, I might be like, the person who did this to her, I want them to fucking suffer. I want them to die. I want them to be fucking crucified. But like, is that coming from a rational fucking place? No. That's coming from an emotional place
A
of
justice
anger.
system should never be emotional.
Right. So I hate that argument. I completely agree with you. I believe in rehabilitative justice. Fuck punitive justice. It doesn't work. We have a fucking a system that produces nothing but repeat offenders. And just loads up the prisons with more and more fucking people so that the fucking prison industrial complex gets richer. Like, we don't actually have a system that is focused on rehabilitating criminals. And so I take it to the extent where I'm like, I don't care what you've done. I think pedophiles should be rehabilitated. I think rapists, I think murderers, I think fucking anyone can be and should we should try to rehabilitate them if possible. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be punished to some extent, But the main goal should not just be punishment. The main goal should be take these people that are currently a detriment to society and figure out a way to make them decent, productive members of society. Okay? Like, and by the way, like, if y'all want to, I know I've gotten into the argument about the pedophile thing before. If y'all want to talk to me about like a neutering or whatever, I can. I'll hear that as a term in the terms of like rehabilitation. If someone can provide me arguments that that actually does rehabilitate pedophiles and that it's actually useful, I'll hear those arguments, okay? But I'm talking about rehabilitation, okay? I'm talking about actually I'm talking about not viewing people as a lost cause and saying this person did this thing, so they're useless. If we view people that way, then we might as well be pro death penalty. We might as well just
Right.
kill anyone who steps out of line.
Because we're basically saying their life is not worth anything.
Yeah. I don't believe that. I believe that people who do horrible things have a number of reasons for coming to the places that they're at, and there's different levels of. I'm not even saying like that people's crimes are always justified, but in their own minds, they definitely are. I think we should view people as fellow human beings, empathize, say what led this person to where they're at, what led this person to commit murder or theft or whatever, what did this, actually view people as human beings and try to empathize with them rather than just dehumanizing anyone who we view as abhorrent. I'm sorry, I don't care how horrible someone is, they're still a fucking human being.
Yeah, I think that people like to paint criminals as like monsters that aren't human because they don't want to think that they're capable of the same thing.
No, I'm sorry, motherfuckers. We are all capable of it. It might be really fucking uncomfortable for you to admit, but given the right circumstances, we are all capable of disgusting, horrible acts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Like, all of us. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be above anyone else. I think that kind of fucking thinking is really detrimental and really arrogant, honestly. To be like, oh, I would never do. Fuck you.
It's definitely arrogant.
Yeah, you don't know what you would do if you were in a different life, if you had gone through different experiences. And at the end of the day, even if we do like completely look down on someone for their actions and say, oh my God, this is disgusting, horrid, vile behavior, I still think that person should that we should try and rehabilitate that person.
Do you think
it's
that
always
some people like can't be rehabilitated though?
Oh, sure. And I do think people who can't be rehabilitated, okay, throw those people in prison. But and I'm not even saying like maybe like prison sentences for people who commit harsh enough crimes. Okay, spend a few months or years or whatever in prison, and then go to like a different type of program that actually tries to rehabilitate you. Like I could
That would
hear those
probably
arguments,
help people who are like so diehard on the punitive shit. Like,
right?
but they
Yeah,
have
no,
to suffer. It's like getting your freedom taken away is pretty suffering. I don't know. I said
and
that weird, but
that's why I'll hear arguments about like punitive justice, but even if we do have a system that has an element of punitive justice, it cannot and should not be the core of our justice system. It should only be a small aspect. The main goal of justice of the justice system should be rehabilitation.
yeah, I agree. I do think that maybe some people are not really a lost cause, but like until you can try to help somebody as much as you possibly can and give them all the resources to succeed and be better, but until like they want to change and be better, it's never going to happen. So I think there will always be some people that just don't want to be rehabilitated, and there needs to be a place for them to not be a part of society if they're a danger to others.
No, I absolutely agree with that. But see, our system is one that views that as the default. That's where you put
Yeah,
everyone.
absolutely. Like for the
And I
stupidest shit.
Yeah, I'm not
And for
okay
a
with that.
long time. It's
Yeah.
crazy how long prison sentences are.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Like,
sure you heard about that guy that they just killed the other day. I guess it was yesterday. Um, he was like 18 and had committed a crime, and he was killed yesterday for it, even though like everybody around him said that he was like way better and was like a very positive influence on like everybody around him in the jail and stuff. They still killed him for something he did when he was 18, which was
that's
also
sad.
like 20 years ago.
See, here's something I've noticed. Like, there's a lot of people out there, like uh, the there's a lot of people out there that clearly, and look, with a single action, you can ruin someone's life. You can do something that will be extremely detrimental that someone else will never forget and they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. But the fact is, both people now have to go their separate ways and have to deal with the consequences of that event. Oftentimes, it's hard for the victim or the family members of a victim to even fathom the idea that now that person that hurt them or their loved one or whatever, their life is also ruined. Their life is also completely altered now.
Yeah.
And they also don't think about like put yourself in that person's shoes. Like, imagine going to jail for 10 to 15 years and like you come out and it's like, okay, now we're still going to treat you like a fucking criminal because of something you did years and years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Like, even if you
Because of one
don't kill somebody, like putting them in jail for a super long time is going to, I mean, even any jail time, like a lot of the times you can't even get a
Oh,
job and shit after that. They just
oh yeah.
like release people from jail out into the real world with like no prep or
Like,
anything. And it's like, of course, they're going to either commit more crimes, they're going to be homeless. Like, most people don't want to be around them. They can't get a job. Like, what the fuck? That's awful. That's such a shitty situation to
it's
put
really
people in.
it's really sad that you can make a single mistake in your
Yeah.
life and it can destroy everything. Like,
Yeah.
again, because yeah, like you made a mistake when you were a kid, you know, you robbed someone or you killed someone, you did this or that or whatever. You could be like so like remorseful for that. You could be like you could be going to bed at night with fucking tears in your eyes, fucking having flashbacks of that horrible thing that you did, and crying about it and being like, oh my god, what have I fucking done? I can never make up for this shit. But the fact is, the person that you made a victim will never be able to see that. They'll never know. So it's like, it's very hard because like I understand both sides of it. I understand the other side of it where it's like, well, I've been hurt and this and that. But here's something like I don't think is talked about enough in our culture, and that's just like letting go, being the bigger person, fucking forgiveness, being able to move on from something, being able to say, you know what, this horrible thing happened to me, but I'm not going to let it ruin my life. I'm not going to let it rule my life. I've known people who make their entire identity the shitty thing that's happened, that's the shitty things that happened to them when they were kids. And I'll be honest, like I was very influenced by people like that, and I spent a lot of time acting like that myself. It's cringe. It's fucking cringe. You can let, I'm not saying don't act, I'm not saying act like it never happened, but letting it fucking rule your life, letting something horrible that someone did to you be the thing that defines you. I don't want to be that weak. I
Yeah.
really
It's
don't.
not only like weak to be that way, but it's also, it's so detrimental to you. And it's like you're
It is.
letting
You're
another
not.
being like dictate your being, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I want to be in charge of myself. um and I will say, like, I have been diagnosed with PTSD, and it is hard to get over some traumas, and it is hard to figure out how to, like, not only what was wrong, but like what the healthy way to, like, that it should have been handled or something would be, or like the healthy way it should have gone. you have to
Right.
figure all that shit out before you can really get over something. And even then, it
Yeah.
still hurts when you think about.
No, it does.
Um,
And I see.
but you
I
don't have to
understand.
think about it all the time. Like you really don't. You can
Right.
like put it away somewhere.
That's no, that's true. And I can relate because I've been diagnosed with PTSD as well. And I can relate with wanting to think about that too, or not even wanting to. I know that sometimes shitty memories
It
just
just
come up.
pop
And
up. Yeah.
yeah.
They're
Or
triggered.
sometimes,
Yeah, you get
yeah,
triggered. Like a certain,
sometimes
it could be anything. It could be a
yeah,
smell.
yeah, a smell, a taste, you hear a
Mhm.
song, you hear someone say a word something in a
Yep.
particular way, and it just brings that up. And I get that. I get having that thing pop up and be a constant reminder, but you have to decide whether or not that's gonna fucking rule your life.
Yeah.
Like, if it comes up, talk about it. Get those thoughts out there, write it down, like, but get it out and move on. Because dwelling on that shit only makes things worse. And so to someone who's like the victim of a crime, like, yeah, I get it. You want to see that person punished, but it's something telling, like, even if you were able to, like, no, I know this, even if you were able to, like, personally, like, pull the switch on the electric chair for that person that killed your loved one or whatever, or raped you or this or that or whatever, it probably still wouldn't make you feel better.
No, I feel like it would make me feel worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would feel like I was a monster now. Like they
Right. Yeah,
turned me into
see,
a monster.
exactly. That's how I would feel. Like, if I, like, if I, like, had the chance now to, like, kill or execute the person that hurt me, I'd
Yeah.
be like, they turned me in they turned me into either themselves or something worse than themselves. I don't wanna be that. I wanna be better.
Yeah. There's no way
That
I could kill any of the people that have hurt me.
right. And that's why, like, we all need to strive to be better in that way. I know it hurts, and I know it can be hard, but, like, guys, like, we can be even if, like, that's the thing. If you're not going to be the bigger person, don't be the bigger person for someone else's benefit. Do it for your own benefit. It's better for you when you're
Yeah.
able to fucking,
To
like,
let go of resentment.
right.
At least not like think about it all the time. And there's a total difference from like burying your emotions because
Right.
sometimes that happens too.
No, don't bury your emotions. That's
Yeah.
bad.
Like you can express it, but like don't let it like infiltrate your mind like every day. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's a balancing act. It's not like I have all the answers, but like
it is. No, it
burying
is.
it is not what you want either, but sometimes it is kind of like burying it when you're like, no, I don't want to think about that right now. But
Right.
that actually, saying that, at least to myself, is like, it helps me feel better because I'm like, I've already dealt with those emotions. I don't need this reminder right now. And sometimes that
Right.
works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm so much more in control of myself and my emotions than I was like 2 years
Right.
ago. So
Oh, I definitely am too. And
yeah,
that's something I continue to work on. And that's
me
why
too.
I can't really, like, I can't shit on people who aren't there yet, because I get it. They're
Yeah.
not there yet.
Yeah.
I can only give advice and be like, here's how I got where I am, and I'm still not where I want to be.
No,
I
me
believe in
either.
const- constantly trying to work on bettering yourself and improving and becoming the best person you can be.
Yeah, no one else is gonna like make you who you want to be. Like you have to do it yourself, even if you're not sure who that is yet. um,
Truth.
I feel like you and I have gone through like a similar growth in like becoming who we truly are in the last few years, like since we've known each other. Um,
Yeah, that's really clear.
yeah, like when I first started watching you, like I felt like you were more depressed and stuff like I was and like even
I'm
had more
surprised. I'm
resentment.
surprised you watched me back then. I'm surprised anyone watched me. I was really negative. I was
I
really,
was
like,
too.
super doomer, super angry, super cynical.
I don't know. I was just drawn to you and your words. So I always
I
kind of
really
felt like we were like internet friends and then we met in real life like well, I guess we met at the meetup, but we didn't talk that much at the meetup. When we met in real life, I felt like it solidified it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Internet BFFs.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's been interesting how I think honestly it was 2020 that like made me more positive. I mean, there was a lot of stuff leading up to it that was helping. But yeah, this year I totally got like a huge boost in confidence and just started being like, fuck it, I'm going to live my life how I want to. So I feel like you did as well this year.
Hell yeah.
At least your transition and stuff is like you expressing who you really are.
Right. I know. I feel a hell of a lot more confident, more positive.
You
more
totally seem it. I see it in you. You're like radiating. Radiating? Is that the right word? Glowing? I'm sorry. I'm a little...
Chess.
No.
Am I...
No. Also, hi, Chelsea.
Chess says hi.
Hey, Chess.
But yeah, what is... It would... Oh. It'd be easy for us to say because we live in the first world countries, but I would agree that anyone has been through pain and stuff. No, everyone's gone through fucking pain. And that's why, like, that's the thing also to realize. Everyone has gone through some shit. I'm sorry. Like, you can look at someone and think like, oh, that person's super privileged. You don't know what that person's gone through. You don't know what kind of shit they've gone through. Like, the fact is, we live in a fucked up world. We live in a really fucked up world where a lot of injustice goes on, a lot of bullshit. And you know what? Like I've learned this. Like, I used to think that like my kind of upbringing was the abnormal one, but the more I fucking learn, the more people I talk to, the more I realize I think most people had a fucked up upbringing to one extent or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people. And it's way more common than you'd think. And so I just try not to fucking judge people. I try to be like, look, how did this person arrive at where they're at? What have they gone through? And, you know, I don't want to judge, you know? I don't want to, like, I will judge to some extent if I think someone's being really shitty, but like.
Yeah, but just because someone has like shitty opinions or something doesn't mean that they're a shitty person, like across the board. I know it's hard to like give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, but I don't know. I try to. It's hard with how stupid people are, though.
Wait, what? Are you serious? TJ's streaming?
What? What a douche.
Yeah.
That's probably him trying to be like, Chelsea, stop streaming. I want to hang out with you. Because he did come in here randomly, like when you were asking me questions, and give me the cat for like a minute. I don't know if you saw that, but like, I don't know. And then now he's streaming, so I feel like he wants my attention or something. So,
fucking cheat.
I know. But honestly, I really, really do have to pee, so maybe we should just end it.
Okay.
Unless you want to keep talking, I could go pee and then come back.
It's up to you. If you wanted, if there's anything you wanted to still talk about, or
I mean,
if you want to just.
The main thing I wanted to talk to you about was that like weird thing I noticed with like, what if you were raped or what if your mom was raped or whatever? Like, I don't understand that, but
I don't see TJ streaming. Y'all are full of shit. Y'all are lying.
He's on TJ Does Life.
Oh, is he?
In the bathroom. God damn it. He has 75 people. And he's just in the bathroom. Fuck you guys. Come watch us. Oh, well.
TJ should be shouting out this stream right now to his 75 viewers.
I know.
Piece of shit.
I don't know if you saw this, but Paul had to tell TJ to shout out my YouTube channel. Like, TJ didn't do it, and then Paul kept doing it on Ideology to try to get me to 1,000 subs. And then Paul like called out TJ on their show and was like, dude, promote your wife's YouTube channel. Like, What the fuck? Just do it. He doesn't like promoting me. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't care.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. He doesn't want the attention on me, I guess. Not him. I honestly, me and him, we are both attention whores, so I get it. I think he might be a little bit more than me because he's, this YouTube dude. But do you call yourself a YouTuber, Jamie?
I feel like I still can't justify calling myself that.
I do not like being called a YouTuber. I'm like,
Yeah.
but you have a channel.
TJ's a YouTuber. TJ
Yeah.
actually makes a living doing YouTube. I do not.
Right. I feel like that is what qualifies it.
By the way, if y'all should all fucking subscribe to me and donate to me, become a patron, all that shit, go do it.
Yeah, me too, except I don't have a Patreon, but
I'm scared you'll overtake him. He is, yo. TJ's scared right now.
Well, there's no way. I'm like nowhere near as entertaining, so it's fine. He can have this YouTube thing. I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking to make money. I just turned 28 this weekend. Somebody asked how old I was. So yeah. I just had a birthday. Oh, I got my feet tattooed for my birthday. So that was cool.
Dope.
They still hurt. I can't wear shoes for like a really long time. But anyway, I do have to pee, so I'm going to probably go.
All right.
This was really fun though.
It was. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for all your cool questions.
Yeah, and tell TJ that for starting up a stream right now, he now officially owes me, and
Okay.
he has to come on my channel.
I think you
Again.
should. All right, I'll let him know.
All right.
All right, peace out.
Peace out, Chelsea.